Greetings and welcome to Match Play TV. I'm Ray Adams and I am at the beautiful Tournament Players Club in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Toro Restaurant right here on the property, owned and operated by the Fairmount Scottsdale Princess. We want to thank them so much for hosting us today. And I have a wonderful guest, part of my series of great women in golf, another one coming up for you here today. Well, she is a model, an influencer, a former professional golfer, an Arizona State University standout. She has been voted one of the most beautiful women in golf, well, one of the 18 anyway. She has also been in the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit edition 3 years in a row. She is truly one of the most followed women in golf all over the world. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Blair O Neal.
Hi, Ray. Thanks for having me.
Blair, welcome to the show, and thanks for being with me. And I mean, there's so much that we could talk about. We could do this forever, but we're going to get right to it because everybody sees you on the Golf Channel, and over the years, people have followed you. You are really one of the first people to come out of college, turn pro, but at the same time, go right on into modeling and become a social media, well, in some ways, a number of years ago, a pioneer for doing that sort of thing. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes and some of the advice that Blair will have for you who are watching today or loved ones in your family and friends. Blair, you were born in Macomb, Illinois.
Yes.
Small town by the
Illinois.
Macomb, sorry.
Close, hey, it's a small town, so.
It's a small town, okay. I didn't have it right. Macomb, Illinois.
Yeah.
Near the Quad Cities, where we have a PGA Tour stop for many years, of course. But when you were a young person, your folks brought you to Tempe, Arizona.
Yes.
And what do you remember about Tempe, Arizona when you got here from Illinois, the Midwest? Now, I'm from Detroit, the Midwest,
Okay.
and my parents brought us here and we settled in Tempe, Arizona.
Really? Okay.
You went to Corona del Sol High School.
I did.
I went to
Yes.
McClintock High School.
Okay. So much in common.
We were better. We were better.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Although I was probably there a couple of 2 or 3 months before you arrived.
Perhaps.
So what about Tempe and growing up?
Yeah, so I actually moved here when I was a little baby. So what I remember from growing up in Tempe is just living on the golf course. I mean, I started playing golf when I was 11. And
Where'd you play?
so I grew up playing Dobson Ranch, and that's where I first started taking lessons. And so I was out at Dobson Ranch every day after school. Some days before school, I'd go play a couple holes or have a lesson with my teacher, and then after school, always practicing until dark. And Ches Reevy, actually, he was one of my good friends back then, and we would be practicing every day till the lights went on at the driving range. And so those are the memories that I have.
Did you get around to Kenny Mack and Rolling
yes.
Hills
Yes.
and Shalimar?
Yes.
Did you hit all of those other Tempe courses?
Absolutely. So then Ken McDonald, once I got into high school, Ken McDonald is where I practiced more often. So it was Dobson Ranch, then Ken McDonald. I lived out there.
City of Tempe golf courses.
Yeah, the Tempe
lot of fun.
public golf courses. Yeah.
How much fun was hitting on those par threes at Rolling Hills, and it still is today?
I haven't been out there in a long time. I should go back out there just to see what memories would come back.
I know, it's great. Well, they've done a lot. Anyway, we're just talking some old home week here, Tempe, Arizona people, right? Well, you at 11 years old and your brother were taken to the golf course, and your dad said, yeah, let's have a golf clinic and put you in it.
Correct.
You went on to do something with golf.
Yes.
You started banging away at it, and my understanding is you were hitting that ball straight and far from almost the beginning. You had a natural ability.
Yeah, and it kept me interested. When I did hit the ball really well, I hit it really far, and so to me that was exciting and fun. So, yeah, I think the clinic my dad put me in was at San Marcos.
Oh, San Marcos, the oldest golf course in Arizona.
So that was actually probably the first place I ever played golf. But yeah, my brother and I were in this junior golf clinic, and my brother's an IT guy now, and we were complete opposites in different directions. And so I went on to play golf, and yeah, I just loved it from the start. And once I got done with that junior clinic, my dad said, you can either keep doing your dance lessons or we can put you in golf lessons. And I had to decide which one to do. And I decided golf lessons, thank goodness.
So no more dance.
So no more dance, no. And I remember it being a hard decision. I remember asking my neighbor friend, what should I do? I have to choose one. Because my parents were like, you got to choose one and commit to it and fully do it. You know, if you're going to do it, you've got to really do it. And I'm glad they had that mentality because it's
but you
gotten
loved
me
it.
here.
And I remember you saying in one article I read that you really need to practice, and for young people that are taking up the game, young boys, girls, whatever, you really need to practice a lot. You need to hit a lot of balls. You need to play a lot of golf. But in the doing of that, you've got to have fun.
Absolutely.
So you loved it enough to do the practice.
I did.
Because if you don't love it, you're not going to want to do it.
Correct, I did. And I remember my dad telling me how other kids' parents would ask him, how do you get Blair to practice so much? Like, why does she practice so much? And he said, she loves to practice. And that was the difference growing up. You kind of knew the kids. You can tell the kids that really want to practice and the ones that are kind of doing it because their parents want them to do it. And you do have to have some push from your parents and guidance. But at the end of the day, I think for longevity, the kid has to love it.
Yeah, and you know, you went on through Corona del Sol High School. You were a junior standout golfer. And then you got to Arizona State University.
Yes.
And boy, did you follow in the shoes of some beautiful and wonderful swings players there. Tell me about playing for Linda Volstad, another great woman in golf who was the longtime coach, although she retired when you were there at school, but you did play for her for at least a year or so. Tell me about Linda.
Yeah, I did. So, I mean, it was my dream to play college golf at Arizona State, and I got recruited by Linda Volstad, and I always wanted to play for her. Arizona State had just come off winning 3 NCAA championships. I came in right after Grace Park left. Me and Miriam Nagel from Germany came in the same year, and it was just I would get letters from other colleges coming in. My dad would say, oh, you got a letter from this school, this school, this school. And I would say, well, is it from Arizona State? He'd say, well, no, not this one. I said, okay. And I just wouldn't open them. My dad would get mad. He would get upset with me. He's like, you got to look at all your options. But I knew from the beginning. I had grown up watching them on TV and seeing them on the news, and I really wanted to play Arizona State. So.
Well, and you played with Grace Park, another
growing up,
great player.
Yeah.
And you know, that's amazing, the kind of people and influences you came from. When we come back in just a moment, we're going to talk about Blair's finish at Arizona State University and turning professional, and then what happened after that. And we'll also be joined by a very special pop-up guest. Stay with me on Match Play TV.
We'll be back with more Match Play right after these messages.
We all love comfortable and good-looking golf shoes. But what if changing your brand could actually help your golf game?
I put the squares on. I gained 5 miles an hour club head speed with my driver. My handicap's down to a 14 from 18 and a half.
When I noticed with the squares, they were comfortable, I immediately felt more stability.
These shoes are designed with the latest performance technology and engineered to give you increased balance and stability. And in testing, they're proven to help you add distance. You'll hit it squarer, sweeter, straighter, and longer. I love the look of them, and with the extra width, they're the most comfortable golf shoes I've ever worn. To feel good and play my best, I wear squares. Now you can wear them too. Just go to getsquares.com to find out more. That's getsquares.com.
Do you like Tour Edge? I love Tour Edge. This is seriously high tech.
And they're long, right, Duff?
Built in the USA? Oh, I love that.
I need forgiveness. Did I mention these puppies are long, really long?
You know why I love Tour Edge? It's because I win with it. Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Hi, I'm Bill.
And I'm Kathleen, and we're the owners of American Vision Windows.
You know, it's been 20 years since we started American Vision Windows.
And we're still revolutionizing the home improvement industry, one customer at a time.
In celebration of 20 years, American Vision Windows is partnering with Simonton Windows to create our very own exclusive window.
And now we're introducing the Inspiration Collection, so see the difference that new windows can make in your home.
No payments, no interest up to 12 months, or payments as low as $99. AmericanVisionWindows.com.
And now back to Match Play with your host, Ray Adams.
Welcome back to Match Play TV. I'm with Blair O Neal today, one of my great women in golf and part of the series, as you know. Blair, we ended the first segment by talking about you being at Arizona State University. In 2004, I think it was, you turned professional.
Yes.
What surprised you the most, or what hit you the most when you came from being a collegiate amateur to a pro golfer?
there are so many differences. Once you leave college and you're playing professional golf, all of a sudden everything is up to you. So the scheduling, the travel, the entry fees, the figuring out the car rentals, and all the expenses that come along with it. It's a lot to figure out, because when you're in college, you know, you have your coaches taking care of everything and your travel and schedules set up, and you can kind of sail through and just do what you're supposed to do. But then once you graduate, and if you want to take it to the next level, it's a whole new ball game.
So Blair, with all those challenges coming from amateur status as a collegiate to professional, did you have anybody to help you through all that?
Yeah, I mean, I ultimately really figured it out on my own.
Well, you did have a college degree.
I did have a college degree, yes. So that was good. But, you know, I started modeling as soon as I graduated as well. So the modeling for me helped me with my expenses, because that's one of the biggest challenges, is how expensive it is to play professional golf. And I didn't have that backing from my family once I graduated, so like a lot of players do. But it ended up being almost a great thing, because I had to work that much harder to really figure out how am I going to do this and make it work. So I had a job while I was playing professional golf, which was very much a balancing act.
What was your first modeling gig?
Golf Digest calendar in Hawaii. Yes, it was a pretty good one.
That's pretty cool.
So I did that job, and I thought, you know what? I think I need to pursue this a little more, because I can make money doing this and pay for my, my travel expenses and my tournament entry fees, and that's what I did.
And then as you continued to play professional golf for a while, all of a sudden you got injured. I think you broke a foot.
I broke a foot when I was out on tour.
And somewhere in there I read that there was also a death in the family.
Yes.
And all of this brought you home.
Yes.
And golf professionally was at that moment on hiatus.
Yes.
What happened from there? And then the day you got a telephone call from the Golf Channel, what happened with that?
Yeah, I mean, I was on crutches and in a boot for months and months and months, and I didn't start playing golf until almost, I think, 9 months later. So, but I got a call from Golf Channel and asking me if I wanted to be on Big Break. And I was like, oh my goodness, yes. He said, have you been playing? I said, yes, absolutely. Well, I had not been playing, because I had been injured. I did.
You did lie. Oh my God.
Because I thought to myself, okay, I literally had, I want to say, 1 month to get ready.
Yeah.
And I had a poster board calendar of every single day what I was going to work on to get my game back to level it could be.
And you were going to...
They just wanted to know if I would be ready to play by then. And I said, yes, I'll be ready to play by then. Hey, I'll figure it out.
Okay. So you must have been near the end of your healing process.
Correct.
Though.
I was healed by then, yes.
So you went to Canada, to Prince Edward Island, correct?
Yes.
Beautiful place to play golf, by the way.
Very beautiful.
Wow. And you got second place in that Big Break.
Yes.
And you're playing right home. You had some thoughts, I read.
Yeah.
But then the call came to go play in a second Big Break in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And what happened there?
And then I won it.
She won.
So the plane ride home the second time was much better than the plane ride home the first time.
Did you learn from Prince Edward Island Big Break? Well, what did you learn that helped you to win in Dominican?
I tried to do the same thing that I did going into Prince Edward Island. I had great preparation, which is why I was able to, I had such a break, but then I really put my, nose to the grind and just really prepared all aspects of my game leading into the competition.
Yeah.
And then if you watch any of the show, you kind of see I stay out of the drama. That's really not my vibe. I was really just focused on the goal that I was there for, and that was to win and to play well and to have no regrets leaving the show. And, in Prince Edward Island, I played great, and I didn't end up winning, but the fact that I made it that far, I did so many good things. So really when I went to Dominican Republic, I said, okay, how can I do the same things that I did going into Prince Edward Island and keep that mindset going, because it works, I know it works, and we just were hoping for a little bit different outcome. And we did it.
And you got it.
I did it.
23 seasons of the Big Break, and they're bringing them back even. Give us a little secret behind the scenes. What's it really like to do the Big Break? Not what we see on TV.
Yeah.
It's one of the early reality shows, I know, but what was it really like?
I mean, it's exhausting. I will tell you that. It is so, especially if you make it to the last show. The further and further you go, it's so exhausting, because you're doing interviews sometimes till after midnight. You're waking up super early because they've got to have the light, and it's just a big production setting this up.
Do you end up liking each other, or is it a little bit of a...
I mean, especially...
Is there some conflicts?
there's always conflict on the show. That's why the show's so great. There's so much drama, and the funny thing is I know some reality shows are scripted and they throw in the drama pieces, but with Big Break, there was none of that. We weren't.
Just came naturally.
It came naturally, yes, because they picked these personalities that are all very competitive, strong personalities. Everyone's so different, and they're all competing for the same common goal, and the drama just comes out.
All right, so young people that are watching this TV show, or their family is, what advice would you have if they're a young person turned professional or getting ready to turn, and they need status somewhere, and this helped you to get status, because from there you went on, and I know you played in the Kia Classic,
Yes.
which Sandra Gell won that year.
Yes.
She's been on this show.
Okay.
Wonderful golfer.
Very cool.
Yeah, and you played more, but then you realized, you know, this professional golf was beginning to sort of slide away, and the modeling and the influencing, and then another phone call came from the Golf Channel. So what's your advice for these young people that are really looking to get out there and find status at that point?
Well, I had actually been playing on tour and was wanting to play full-time when I got the call from Golf Channel. And at that time, I wasn't ready to stop playing. I had went and did an interview with Golf Channel, and I wasn't quite mentally ready because I wasn't sure if I wanted to stop playing or not.
Yeah.
And at that time, when I went in for that first interview, I felt like it didn't go well. I wasn't mentally in it. And I didn't get the job. And then I went back and played professional golf, because that's ultimately what I wanted to do, and they knew that as well. So I went and played 2 more years and got another call from Golf Channel. And at that time, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go in this full-heartedly. And I
was the call to be with Martin on School of Golf both times?
The first time it was a commentator on the show had just left, and there were a bunch of shows that were opening up, and it was to, you know, for School of Golf and other shows as well. And I knew my goal always was to work for Golf Channel when I was done playing, but I loved playing professional golf, and I wasn't quite there yet, and they could sense that too. So it just wasn't the right timing, but I was so fortunate that it came back around to me, and it all worked out.
You went back, you played more pro golf, then the call came in again. This time you went in full-hearted.
Yes.
And you got the job.
I got
We're going to be back with Blair O Neal in just a moment, and you can continue to watch her all the time on the Golf Channel with Martin Hall at the School of Golf. We'll talk about that, and we're also going to talk about Blair marrying and becoming a mom with a very special guest when we return on Match Play TV.
We'll be back with more Match Play right after these messages.
What's the difference between good and great? Good treats you like a customer. Great treats you like a friend. From saving your haircut details and clip notes to saving you time with online check-in, Great Clips makes your life easier, just like a great friend should. Great Clips, it's gonna be great. What's the difference between good and great? Good tries to get it right every time. Great actually does. With clip notes, we save your haircut details so you always get exactly the look you want. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
You know, being able to, tee it up and look down at your square toes and see exactly where you're lined up. It's not only great on the range, but really nice on the course. Being able to have an extra tool is great on the tee box. With this square-toed front, not only is it great for my alignment, but I just have a lot of room, and I just feel really comfortable. Think of these shoes more as equipment as opposed to apparel.
Bobby Jones, 30 years of classic style for the modern man, now brings you the Jones Performance Cotton Polo. Lightweight and luxurious cotton hand feel with moisture-wicking comfort. The Jones Performance Cotton Polo is engineered with an exclusive blend of carefully selected cotton and the optimal balance of modal and spandex. Superior comfort, style, and versatility. Get it all in the Jones Performance Cotton Polo.
Phoenix youth face barriers daily that prevent them from transitioning into well-adjusted young adults. Many face poverty, family instability, and much more. The longer these youth go without help, the less likely they are to become successful adults. The Elevate Phoenix model has proven effective in changing these trends and transforming the lives of our city youth. So we invite you to join us to elevate our future leaders.
work that makes our courses playable also protects a diverse ecosystem of wildlife. And it's all done by your golf course superintendent. Return the favor. Say thanks today.
And now back to Match Play with your host, Ray Adams.
Welcome back to Match Play TV. I'm with Blair O Neal, and I promised you a very special guest. Blair, along the way, married during her years at the Golf Channel. And of course, now she's a newly minted mother. And her son, Chrome, is joining us on the set today. Chrome, welcome to Match Play TV. How you doing, buddy? Give me an elbow. Give me an elbow. There we go. How's it going? Now, you know, Blair, what a joy, what a blessing. And, we've been following you and seeing your pregnancy. And, you know, you played golf carrying Chrome right up until, what, about a month or so before?
Yeah, now looking back, I can't believe I did that. I played a lot of golf. I played Diamond Resorts Invitational. The last event I played in was Tiger Woods Celebrity Cup. So a lot of golf with a big belly, but I played good golf.
How did you get around?
Man, it was all timing. All timing.
Didn't you have to kind of...
A little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, it was more about the timing through impact at the ball, but it was more so like pacing myself. And, you know, I was walking playing these rounds of golf. So, you know, when you're playing 5 rounds of golf and you're 7 months pregnant in a highly competitive tournament and playing well, I'm pretty proud of myself that I did that.
Tell the folks that are watching, do you recommend that? I mean, the ladies that are having babies and you played all the way up?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're healthy and your doctor says it's okay?
That's the thing. If you're healthy, your doctor gives you the okay. My doctor actually was all for it. She said the more active that you can be now is going to help the labor and going to help you down the road. And so I'm glad that I did that and I stayed active for so long. I do think in the long run it helps me. It helps me to recover and you know, possibly lose the baby weight after and just be healthier while giving birth as well.
Yeah. Well, 8 pounds 1 ounce, I think I read somewhere. So Chrome comes out and he's a big time already. You're a big time golfer with Mom. You were her caddy there for a while.
Mama's little caddy. Yeah, he's been on School of Golf and Morning Drive and all over the place. So he's a pretty cute boy and I've loved being a mom.
So Blair, how do you do this? And this is where I think, again, some great advice for the folks viewing today. Here you are, a professional golfer, retired, so basically, but still playing, a noted teacher of golf on the Golf Channel with Martin Hall and other shows, an Instagram globally known influencer, a model, a wife, and now a mom.
Now a mom.
How in the world do you do this? Tell us how to do it.
It's tough. Just take it one day by day.
Where do you
day
get
by day.
Where do you get the energy? I'm worn out just looking at her.
I mean, I just try to do my best. You know, I just do my best. You know, I've picked up filming again with Golf Channel, and
yep, you started in again.
Yes, which is really exciting, and so yeah, he's excited about it too. But I'll tell you, it is a lot to juggle. Being a mom and then, you know, trying to keep up with the social media stuff. To be honest, the social media stuff has sometimes I have to step away from it a little bit with everything going on. Sometimes it gets a little negative, and I'm so busy being a mom that I post a little less than I did before. Kept us very busy, so.
Tell me, what's the future for Blair O Neal? Where are you headed? Where are you going? Where are you going to be 5 years from now? What are you going to be doing? What do you want to do?
I mean, my goal is just to continue to do what I've been doing and to grow my brand, to be a great mom, to be a good role model for him, and, you know, to show him that, you know, I'm still going to be a working mom and be the best mom that I can be, and do all the things.
Tell me about your charity work.
So yes, I mean, now having a little baby.
What's near to your heart?
I've played at events that have raised money for Phoenix Children's Hospital. That's typically the foundation that I choose. I played an event about a little over a year ago and raised $17,500 for the hospital, which was pretty cool from playing in this tournament. So, you know, and now having a little kiddo as my own, it continues to be near and dear to my heart.
When you're not on the Golf Channel, when you're not on the golf course, when you're not doing a photo shoot with some of your sponsors, when you're not being a social media star, what do you like to do just for you for fun?
Well, now it's taking care of this little guy.
Well, yes, of course. Now it's the baby. But what are some of your
To be honest, there's not a lot of that time. There's not a lot of time. Once you take away all those things, there's not much
left. Well, let's go back 5 months. What was it before that?
I mean, I like to, you know, go out to coffee with my friends. I like to go shopping, yoga, go on walks when it's nice outdoors. Yeah, but I mean, other than that, my time is pretty much consumed with him.
You know, Blair, I'm going to say this to you and to the folks that are watching, and I don't do this very often. And I'm not doing this because you're on my TV show.
Okay.
Because I've had 200 people on my TV show, and I don't do this, but I will say this, folks. A couple of years ago at the PGA Merchandise Show in Orlando, on demo day, the largest outdoor demo day in the world, Blair was getting ready to film for the Golf Channel with Martin, I think a School of Golf segment. And there's thousands upon thousands of people there, and she was made up, she was in her clothes, she had her makeup on, her hair was perfect, everything was ready to go, and they were calling her to get over to the set there on the tee box to do her segment. I stopped her and I said, Blair, can I have you for a moment on my NBC Sports Radio show with me? And I had my recorder with me, and Blair took a look, and somebody said, you got a minute? And she immediately said, sure. It was one of the nicest gestures for someone that is so busy and was getting ready to go on camera. She stopped. Blair, you're one of the most down-to-earth, nicest people, and I can compare and contrast you with literally thousands of people I've interviewed over the years, and you stand out as one of the nicest. Cheyenne Wood's another one, and so many of the other ladies and men. Ricky Fowler, what a great down-to-earth young man through the years Ricky's been and being on this show, and on it goes. But thank you so much for being Blair O Neal.
Oh, thank you.
Your family raised you right.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
And now you got a family to raise right with you and Jeff. Congratulations. And Chrome, thanks for being on my show, Chrome. We're never going to forget it.
Is this your first baby on the show?
This is my first baby on the show. That's right. This is unbelievable, folks. Thanks for joining me today on Match Play. Lots more to come. Go to Match Play TV.
Do you like Tour Edge? I love Tour Edge. This is seriously high tech.
And they're long, right, Duff?
Built in the USA? Oh, I love that.
I need forgiveness. Did I mention these puppies are long?
Really long. You know why I love Tour Edge? It's because I win with it. Pound for pound, nothing comes close.